All right. So hello, Fer.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm great, thanks. Well, the reason of this interview is because we have an assignment here at Capilano, and we're supposed to interview an operations manager, and you are sort of an operations manager, aren't you?
Yes, here in Morelia.
All right. So, could you give us just a very brief, description of the things, the kind of the things you do on a day-to-day base kind of thing as an operation manager?
Yes. Well, I'm in charge of the operations in front desk, housekeeping, and maintenance. So usually what I do is to make sure everything is ready for the guests to arrive and also for the guests to leave. The first thing I do is to check the checkouts and then the check-ins, because at checkout we do they have the ¿cómo se dice la cuenta? Como give them the invoice, the check. Yeah. Well, the checkout to make sure that all the charges are correct in their reservation, so they can pay letter for the guests, and a little bottle of mezcal. So I do that, and well, usually it's supervising all the operations, to make sure every guest is happy with their stay, and that's the supervision part. And I'm also in charge of the purchase the linen and amenities and everything for the hotel to work. And also I do planning, because we are focusing now. The hotel has been working for 5 years, and we have our processes now more or less everything is functioning right now. So we are now thinking of hyper personalizing the service, so everyone knows the names of the guests and the preferences and what do they like, what do they not like. And so I'm planning that.
All right, thanks. Do you want to ask a question? Yeah. All right. Thank you for your patience. We're having technical difficulties.
No worries. Lo puedo repetir, ¿eh?
No. O sea, ya está grabado, pero a ver. Du coup,
Hi. So, all the processes you mentioned, how do you make sure that they are in quality?
Oh, well, for example, in housekeeping, we have a guest checklist for every process. We have a checklist for how to clean occupied room, how to clean stay over, check out, and how to check the room for check-ins. So we have this list with every item that it should be there, and what has to be done in order to give the room to the guests. And every ¿sí se dice camarista? Housekeeper? ¿Cómo? Yeah, every one of the girls in housekeeping have to fill this form be signed by them to make sure not a thing is forgotten. And also it's the same for maintenance. They have checklist for everything. They have this program, like an annual program, so they know in this week we have to check the light bulbs. In this week we have to check the like the installation or the water or everything, and they have to sign it also. And in front desk, it's usually the same. We have these. We use this PMS program for the hotel. So there we have the everything, the guests' information, and they also have a form, and we have to ask guests what do they like and what will they want us to do better next time they come. So we do that.
Feedback form, yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, well, this report we're doing is based on the operations before COVID, right? So we're not gonna get into that. Well, like before COVID, I mean, I guess that you have faced some new challenges, but before the pandemic started, what would you say were like the main challenges you used to face, especially because you are like a part of a relatively new company, right? It's only been 5 years. So why would you say were like the major or like a couple major challenges that you could like identify?
At the beginning, I think the human resources, because we have to get the team. First, we have to hire them. Then we have to give them training, and then we had to make sure they stay after they had their training. So that was the first main challenge, because we're a small hotel. So if there's one, the bellboy doesn't come because it's we have one, so that's like a problem, because someone has to fill in to do the job. So that's that was the first challenge. Still is, because we have to, well, there's emergencies, and then people ask for permission and everything. So, but now it's going well. The other well, adding to that, I think to people to do what they're supposed to be doing, because if you're not if you're in front desk and if you don't do, or you don't pass on the information that they want, for example, they want the room to be clean by 3, and no one knows that they don't pass the information, that's complicated. And yeah, I think it's one of the main things, like to have a efficient communication with all of the team members, so everybody can do their job as they supposed to do. And
well, yeah, like speaking of that, we are aware that in this industry, well, in any kind of hospitality business, the employee turnover rate is quite high in restaurants, hotels, and like in the service industry in general. So like, I don't know how to phrase this. Like, it's probably still a problem because it's the nature of the industry, right? However, have you found a way to effectively deal with that and try to avoid the high turnover rates?
Well, now it's hard because of COVID. So many people have COVID, so we have to fill in their positions. But I think now the hotel team has been with. I think this is the most of the people working at the hotel. I mean, the hotel department have been there for like at least 3 years. So I think having like a good work environment, because we are like people in the team are very young, or at least they're like the average age is, well, in hotel they're older people, but I would say like 28, 29, between, that's the average age. So like people get along really good. They're nice people, and I think it's because we are working on like transmitting the values of the organization. We have been working on that, and I think we find and people that are like nice, and because everyone in the hotel is very nice, very helpful. They have like really these like attitudes, like they like to, ¿cómo se dice esto? Como servicio, actitud de servicio, no sé. Ay, no te escucho, pero bueno, and we work with people, and we have because that's most of the people. So people that don't fit in, that they don't want to do the extra, or they don't want to, I don't know, they don't fit in, and then they leave. But yeah, it's also a part of motivation, because if they like what they're doing and they like to go there to work, they stay there. And we have implemented some bonuses for reaching goals. So every time a goal is met, we give some bonus for the people.
Yeah. So like,
So they we have training. I think like formal training, like once every 2 months maybe, for someone to come in and give us a talk. But the training has to be every day. We have to be checking everything, so there's no mistake. And with new processes, we have to do the same, reminding everyone that the process has changed, and be doing that new process with them.
Is it happen to you, like an employee doesn't like what has new come to the process or something like that? Like he reacts badly usually.
Yeah, we usually, when we change something, there's always this resistance. It's always happens. But most of the people first, they don't like it, but we do the if we implement a new process, it's because we have to do something better. And we do something better, the guests are gonna be happier, and then they're gonna come back, and then everyone's gonna have a job, and they're gonna have tips. And so we usually do that. We remind them of that if we're doing something, it's always for the better, and it's gonna be better for us at the end also.
All right, so let's talk about, well, I have a question. Well, I cannot lie, I work there, right? So I know about like the, I know about the, one of the goals is to have the best quality in the city, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having said that, like how can you, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Like the main goal is to
Yes.
like have a profit. So how do you manage costs if you want to give always the like the best quality? Is it a way to cut costs? Try to make a, yeah, that is like kind of my question. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, well, yeah, the goal is to have the best hotel, the best. We are shifting to be the best, to have the best service. So because there are also, well, we have premium like linen and like amenities. We have a good quality, and our rates are higher. I mean, they're the higher some of the highest in the city. I mean, with the hotels that are at the same, like, no sé, categoría. No sé. Sorry for the interruption. We want to have the best service in the city, and we're not cutting on costs. We have good amenities. We change them. We have high quality linen. We offer, I think, one of the best included breakfasts in the city. We offer a full breakfast included. It's very good. The guests like them, but we want to have because they're opening new hotels, so they're gonna be bigger hotels, more expensive hotels, like almost bigger rooms. So we thought that we are not gonna be competing on that. We wanna focus on have the best service. Like for the people to come because of our service. Yeah, the hotel is very nice, it's very pretty, but we want to make sure they come back because they feel like home. They feel recognized by everyone. Like to someone is we have a guest that comes often, so everybody knows their name. They know what they like. They know what they don't. For example, they like pancakes at breakfast, so we make sure we have them that. And we also want to make sure the new guests feel the same way. Even though we haven't met with the guests yet, we want to make sure we're working on that everybody knows their name. That we know that they're coming on business, so we give them the quiet room so they rest, or offer them we have now this business center, so we make sure they know we have that. Or if people come on I don't know, for pleasure or leisure, they wanna rest, they wanna have best their room with the best view, they wanna have I don't know, room service. So we're working on that to have like the best service. I was doing some research because we're doing that, and it's called hyper personalization of the system of the service.
Right. So I guess so when it comes down to cutting costs, maybe you wouldn't be necessarily able to cut costs on like the supplies, or maybe you would be able to cut costs in, let's say, the processes. Kinda, and like in the service process, like kind of like make it more efficient for the employees to be more like efficient or something like that. That's like where I want to get. Yeah.
Well, we would like to be more efficient, but I don't think we're focusing on cutting costs. We just changed the hotel system. We're having a new one that is easier for us to have these like these guest preferences, and it's easier for for us, like for example to we do now like express checking, so we send the information and the guest can send.
She's out again, right?
Yeah.
They see something that is not working, or if they because they have systems, so it's like they are checking if your property isn't available for longer than a week, so then they will call us to check if everything's all right. So we always keep in touch by email, and it's nice because well, they help us to sell more, and by selling more they they gain more also.
That's it.
Yes, I think that's pretty much that's good enough. I
Okay.
guess. I hope.
Well, if you need anything more, you can just text me, or
yeah,
we can
just
do
text you
another
or something
Zoom,
like
and
that.
then
Yeah. Thank you
then
very
I
much
can
for
send
your
you.
time, Fer.
Oh no, you're welcome.
We greatly appreciate that. Also, we have to run because we have class after this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sorry for
we're
the
also in the same
interruptions.
room.
Sí. Hola.
Anyways, thanks, Fer. And then, I might go to Mexico on March.
Sí,
Right?
también. Ahorita mi mamá entró y dijo que te dijera muchos saludos, que ya vengas porque te extrañan.
A ver si las
Thank
veo.
you.
Well,
Sí.
thank you very much, Fer, and we'll keep in touch. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.
Good luck.